Hi, this is Blender, Chapter 4. We're going to be looking at diffuse lighting and specular lighting. For this scene, I've set up a purple light to demonstrate how lighting works. So let's go to a material here. This sphere has blue diffuse lighting and right now it has white specular lighting. This sphere has red lighting and white specular lighting. And this cube is also red and white. So how does the lighting work?
This is important.
For diffuse lighting, it's based on how much light hits a surface, and it's based on how perpendicular that surface is to the light. So perpendicular means a right angle. So this is not quite at a right angle, but it's pretty close, so it's getting a lot of light. This face is pointing this way, so it's not perpendicular at all to this light, so it gets no color. It's just black. This face is pointing this way, so it's at a fairly sharp angle, so it doesn't get very much light either, so it's a little bit darker. Okay, and the top of these spheres, because the light is from the top, is getting lit, so it has quite a bit of light. And then as we travel down the sphere, it gets less and less light because the angle is less and less perpendicular. Okay, and for both diffuse and specular, it will reflect the portion of light that matches the light source. So this is blue, and it will reflect any blue that the light source has. This is red, and it will reflect any red from the light source. And if we look at the light source, and I click on this light source is made of red and blue. Okay, so both of these are lit. If I change this light source to be only blue, so red goes to 0, the red disappears because there's no red light to reflect. This is only a blue light. Now, the specular highlight here is white, so it's reflecting all the light. However, the light is only blue, so it just reflects the blue portion. This has a white specular, so it's reflecting all the light, but all the light is only blue. Let's change that back. So we'll just do undo, undo. Now, for diffuse lighting, it's dependent on the angle of the light to the plane or face. It has no dependence on the angle to the camera or the view. However, specular light does have a dependence on the angle to the view or camera. So this light is bouncing off here and directly towards the camera. And it's bouncing from here directly to the camera. So it's like a mirror. If I move the light this way, you can see the specular moving because the angle is now forming from here to the camera. Here to the camera. These faces don't reflect towards the camera because if we look at the angle, it's coming down like this, bouncing away like that. So there's no mirror effect off the cube. This one will bounce this way and then downwards across there. So again, no specular. Specular has additional controls. It has hardness as well. So if we increase the hardness, it means it's more like a mirror. Let me just move the cursor away. So the spot is smaller. So if it's less hard, that means there's bumps on the surface for reflecting, so the spot will be bigger. Okay, typically you'll have white light sources and the specular will be white. There are some cases where you don't reflect the color of the light and it's modified a little bit, such as gold objects. Gold objects reflect kind of a gold color for the specular. So for the definition of diffuse, it's reflecting the color of the object based on the angle of the light to the object. For specular, it will reflect the color of the specularity based on the angle of the light to the object to the camera. And you have to picture the ray coming here and outwards towards your eye. And this one's coming in and out towards your eye. And that completes this lesson.